All right, what's up, Guardians? So, really quickly, this is like an intro to the intro. I originally created this build for like the shotgun. The shotgun is still very good with this build, but what this video is mostly going to be is really just to showcase how good the new artifact mods are with void weapons and how this Falcon's Halberd build, which is very old, is still S tier even today. You can use this with pretty much any void weapon. I was using Collective Obligation, you have Funnel Web, you have any weapon that has Repulsor Brace as well, and the energy slot is going to be good. Now, getting into it, starting off, you want to run the Void subclass on your Hunter. I'm going to be using the Deadfall Super. For your dodge, Marksman Dodge is what I always run just to reload your weapon. However, you also have Gambler's Dodge, which will recharge your melee ability. But I just go Marksman Dodge just because it's also going to reload your weapon. I like that. With Vortex Grenade, for aspects, we're going to be running Stylus Executioner, which defeating a weaken, suppressed, or volatile target will grant invisibility, as well as True Sight. We're also running Vanishing Step, which dodging will make us invisible. Obviously, I'll get more into why we're running those two in a second here. For Fragments, we're just going to be running Echo of Obscurity. Finisher Final Blows will grant invisibility. We're also going to be running Echo of Harvest. Defeating weakened targets will create an Orb of Power, as well as a Void Breach. We're also running Echo of Persistence. Void buffs applied to you, invisibility, overshield, and Devour will have an increased duration, as well as Echo of Starvation, which picking up a Void Breach or an Overpower will grant you Devour. And for artifact mods, so the key ones that you want to have, first we have the Supernova, which picking up a Void Breach will cause your next source of Void damage to create a large weakening pulse. You can also run Debilitating Wave, which since we're using Void, when we use a finisher, it is going to weaken enemies that are nearby. So that's just another bonus to have. You could add something else on there if you really want to, but that's what I'm going to be running personally. Getting into the new artifact mods that we have, first we have the Frenzied Hunger, which rapid final blows. While Devour is active, will grant a bonus to reload, as well as our handling. We also have Void Renewal, which while Devour is active, Void Weapon Final Blows will have a chance to generate a Void Breach, as well as the Old God's Right, which after picking up a Void Breach, dealing damage with a Void Weapon, will create a rain of seeking projectiles. All of these artifact mods are really good. More importantly, these three new ones that we have, I've been using it. Obviously, the Old God's Right isn't insanely OP, but having those seeking projectiles just flying around and damaging and killing enemies is just a ton of fun. We have the Falcon's Halberd exotic. So, what is so special about this exotic? Your void weapons will gain volatile rounds after you emerge from being invisible. When you are invisible and defeat a combatant while using a finisher, all your weapons gain bonus damage, you and your nearby allies gain a reserve overshield, and improved class ability regeneration. These reserve overshields can be deployed by using a class ability. So not only can you just dodge to get invis, you come out of invis with your volatile rounds, kill an enemy, and it's going to keep making them volatile. You're also going to have Devour proc, you'll have True Sight. I'm going to show it all together. It is a lot of fun with this Slayer'S Fang exotic as well. And what I have on it right now is Repulsor Brace, just because when we defeat a void debuff target, will be granted an overshield. So those volatile rounds are going to come in clutch with proccing that. You have the Night Sworn Sight, which during the time that we have it active, Final Blows will give you True Sight, you have the increased reload speed, and your precision damage is increased as well, and submunitions will weaken targets. And then you also have the Heart Piercer, which you can stun overloads with it. Now for armor mods, getting into our helmet, I'm just running Ashes to assets on our helmet. We're going to gain bonus super energy on grenade kills, as well as a Void Siphon, which rapid final blows. For void weapons, we'll create an Orb of Power. In our arms, we're going to run Grenade Kickstart, which when our grenade energy is fully expended, our armor charge is consumed, and you'll gain grenade energy for each armor charge used. This so that way that you can keep throwing grenades on top of having your volatile rounds as well. We're also running Bolstering Detonation, which grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade. So another way to just get your dodge back for your reload and proccing invis again. On your chest piece, just run whatever resistance you want. You can also run Charged Up, which will increase the maximum number of stacks of an armor charge you can carry by 1. In our boots, we're going to be running Double Innervation, which will reduce our grenade cooldown each time you pick up an Orb of Power. So once again, makes it faster to get our grenade energy back. You can also run Stacks on Stacks, which picking up an Orb of Power will grant us 1 additional stack of an armor charge, just so that we have more armor charges. It does help, especially with Grenade Kickstart, but it's not a must-have. In our class item, we're going to be running Powerful Attraction, which automatically will collect nearby Orbs of Powers when you use your dodge. So all those orbs you're making around you, you hit your dodge, it's going to collect all of them. It is a very handy mod to use. We're also going to be running Reaper, which shortly after using your class ability, your next weapon, Final Blow, will spawn in an orb of power. We're also going to be running Bomber, which will reduce grenade cooldown when using our class ability. So a bunch of things just surging together. Use your dodge, you'll get grenade energy back. You use your grenade and do damage, you'll get some of your class ability back. I don't really care too much for the melee ability. You can run stuff to charge that back, but me personally, I'm just not all that crazy about it. As well as in your heavy, you want to run a void weapon, obviously. A void machine gun like Retrofit, Commemoration. There's other void weapons in your heavy you could use as well. I'm going to be using Retrofit just because this thing is so fun to use. The RPM on it, the 900 RPM is so fun on this. So, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the build video. I tried to include a bunch of gameplay while I was talking about the build. I don't want to waste your time too much. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.